Uniqlo C's first menswear collection has just dropped. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's jump into it. Now, seeing as this is the first time Uniqlo C have a dedicated menswear collection, let's do a quick recap of the history of Uniqlo C from my previous video. The collection is created by the renowned Claire Wright-Keller, who is a British fashion designer previously with Chloe and Givenchy. She's probably most famous for designing the wedding dress for Meghan Markle's wedding to the no longer Prince Harry. Now, since I posted last video, Uniqlo have actually named Claire Wright-Keller as their new creative director. Now, this is really interesting for Uniqlo because she's going to bring a lot of the high fashion look and aesthetics to the affordable market. Also, I feel a lot of her previous Uniqlo C products, they've got quite a unisex style to them, which I really like. And personally, I'm quite excited about the future direction that I think she'll take the new Uniqlo products on in the future. Now, enough about history and news, let's talk about the products. So overall, most of the products have a really nice neutral and muted tone to them, and I think they're all going to be really good base products that would complement your statement piece really well. Or alternatively, all the pieces from this collection, they just go really well together, and I think they can be real timeless classics for your wardrobe. So let's start with my favorite piece of this collection, which isn't what you think it's going to be. Now, for Uniqlo C, you just can't sleep on the women's collection, and for me, by far the favorite item is this, which is the women's cotton oversized half coat. With this, you're basically getting two jackets in one. So on the underneath, you've got a really clean, seamless inner gilet, and on top of that, you've actually got a 97% cotton outer jacket. Now, the outer jacket does have a clip, so you can hook the inner gilet onto the jacket. I think it just makes it really practical, especially for if you are out and about in the city. And what I really like about this jacket is that it's got side and top pockets, and also an adjustable waist belt. I'll probably leave it open most of the time, but the option is there if you do ever want to tighten it up. Another reason why I really like this is because I do have something similar from the North Face. And the reason why I don't wear that jacket, and pretty much my biggest problem with North Face in general, is their overuse of Velcro. The rough side of the Velcro just absolutely destroys all your clothes, and there isn't really an effective way for me to get rid of them. So for Uniqlo to deliver something that is quite similar in terms of practicality, but at the same time is very stylish and sleek looking, I just can't really recommend this one enough. Now, I've got this one in the size XL, and I think this is going to be a really popular piece because it fits both demographic, and I highly recommend this one if you are looking to pick up an outer coat. So the Woolblend coat, I did end up getting this one in the grey. It has a loose fit. Lengthwise, it goes down to just above your knee. I thought there would be an inner lining, but there isn't. It's just the flip side of the outer layer, but there is an inner lining for the sleeves. Now, I did compare this to the women's Woolblend wrap coat. Even on an XSL on the women's blend coat, it's still not as big as the L on the men's one. So if you have a smaller frame than me, then that could also be an option for you to look at. But this Woolblend coat, I think is really nice quality. The material feels really good. I know it's only 33% wool and 50% recycled poly, but it still feels really soft. And I think the design of it is really fantastic as well, especially the aesthetics. It's got a clean, minimalistic design without a lot of different fabric separations. And I know a lot of people are hung up on the fact that it's high percentage of polyester, but hear me out on this one. Polyester in general does help with the durability of a garment and also the warmth of it as well, especially in cold weather. In addition to that, it is quite a thick coat. So for me, I think it's all about balancing the price, quality and durability of a piece of garment. Now, obviously, if you are bothered with the high polyester percentage and you're willing to pay a little bit more, then yeah, there are better options out there. But do bear in mind that polyester is used for a lot of thick jackets. So if you think about North Face and Canada Goose, all of the jackets are pretty much polyester. So it's down to you really to decide whether or not the high polyester percentage is an issue. But I will say that the jacket is very nice looking. And if you didn't know about it, I don't think people would even think it's only 33% wool. I think it's definitely worth picking up, but if you've already got something similar, then you're not really missing out on anything. So maybe it's something worth picking up at the end of the season when there's sales on, but obviously that's only if stocks last. So the knitted jacket, I actually think it's a really great piece. I don't have anything like this in my wardrobe at the moment, and I really like the look and feel of it. Now again, this doesn't have an inner lining, so it's not going to be that viable as a winter jacket if you do live in a country where it does get really cold. But for me, I think it's a great piece for the winter or spring season, or for anyone who lives in Asia where the temperature doesn't get too low in the winter. You compare it with a warm white t-shirt for a smart casual look. I also like the fact that it's 88% wool, and for $89 or £69 in the UK, I think it's a really good pickup, especially if you compare it to other brands who are offering more costly alternatives. A hooded jacket I didn't pick up because, as I previously mentioned, I've already got something similar from the Engineered Garment collaboration with Uniqlo from last year. I think the aesthetics of both jackets are very similar. However, on this piece, I do really like the fact that you can tuck the hood into the collar. So if you are wearing a hoodie, for example, you don't have to double hood up. So if you're in the market for something like this, then definitely worth checking this one out. I would, however, recommend going a size down on this one though, because it is quite baggy and quite oversized. So it really just depends on how you like your overcoat. For the tops, I didn't pick up the V-neck jumper. I don't wear V-necks, so I just skipped the jumper altogether. But if you are into V-necks, but in the women's collection, they've actually got a cashmere version of the V-neck. It is almost 3 times the price, but if you are looking for a V-neck, that is also a good alternative. So the broadshirt I picked up in the large and also in the white color. Now this one just doesn't really resonate with me. I think it's way too thin, especially for something in the winter collection. So here, if I stand in front of the camera, you can see the difference in color that I'm wearing underneath. And I'm going to assume that most people watching this video have got a white shirt already. I just don't think this shirt adds any value to anyone. It is got quite a nice cut to it. It's quite oversized in design, and also I like the fact that at the bottom it's a flat cut, so it doesn't have a tail, so you do get the really casual look. But the biggest problem is the fact that the material is so thin, it just doesn't do the cut justice. It just doesn't give it a really good look. So personally, I don't think this is one that I would recommend to people. But if you are someone who does like really thin shirts, and this one is also 100% cotton as well, there might be something that's worth picking up for you. Now for the sweats, I know I previously said I don't like sweats from Uniqlo, but these ones are really good. So the fabric is really soft. If I was to compare this to anything, I would say these are kind of like the Aerism t-shirts, but in sweats. Obviously the material composition is more similar to Aerism rather than, you know, a more cotton-based hoodie or jogger. Yeah, I think the fabric is really nice and soft to touch. The pocket positioning is quite different to what you get in traditional hoodies. And also if you look at the inner stitching, it's absolutely perfect. It just put things like Fear of God Essentials in shame in terms of its quality, especially for something at this price point as well. And I also like the straight cut of the joggers. At the bottom you actually got the elastic to wrap it up if you don't like the straight cut look. So you've got a bit of diversity there. And ultimately for me, the Uniqlo sweats, they don't have a French terry in the fabric anymore, which I absolutely hated in previous Uniqlo sweats. So for me, I definitely recommend this. And also the price is really attractive. So I think you can't really go wrong with the sweats, apart from the fact that it's got a high polyester percentage. So the white pants are definitely the boldest items in the entire collection. They come in a turquoise green and kind of pink. I wouldn't really say it's pink in color. I would say it's more of a very light brown. But with these trousers, you kind of have to wear them high-waisted. Otherwise, you're going to get that MC Hammer look. The crotch line is very low, so if you are into that look, then obviously these are great options. Also on the back is elastic, whereas on the front is a little bit smarter and sleek in design. It's got a lot of material around the hips and it does taper towards the foot. Now I've got enough pair of trainers already, so I didn't pick up the trainers. but I did, however, pick up the Chelsea boots. Aesthetics wise, I think they're pretty good for something that is relatively affordable, but the problem is I am a size 44 EU and they only go up to size 43. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to keep them, but if you've got a smaller foot size than EU 44, 10 UK or size 11 US, then I think these are really good pickups. Now, I know a lot of people mention about the high amount of polyester used in this Uniqlo C collection. So I just want to give a little bit of a justification for that. Obviously, I can do a lot of research and deep dive into the nature of the fabric, the costs, and also government tax on the composition. There is actually a channel called Shift Fashion Group. They have really good videos that just explains fabric and material, but ultimately it's about balancing quality and price and durability. So polyester is a lot more durable and it can increase the durability of the garment with its wear and tear. And in addition to that, it also helps keeps the structure of the garment as well, which means that after you wash it, it's not going to crease as much and you don't have to iron it as often. So really it's just about balancing the blend between cotton and polyester and making it affordable so that people are happy to purchase the item. But on the flip side, Uniqlo, they do offer a lot of products that are higher in percentage on the natural material. Obviously, these are going to be more generic cuts. So ultimately with this Uniqlo C collection, biggest question is, are they going to be able to make any staple pieces that's going to stick around for a long time for Uniqlo? You know, if you think about Uniqlo U and their t-shirts, and also with the Aerosol line as well, both of them have standout pieces which pretty much redefine the fashion and streetwear community. And I think for Uniqlo C, they need to make something that really stands out to make it recognized as a sub-branch within Uniqlo. Now, if you've got a deeper pocket and you want to go for something that is extremely high quality, you can check out this video here where I talk about Studio Nicholson and their t-shirts. Or if you're looking for more pop culture pieces, you can check out this video here where I talk about the Uniqlo and Cause collaboration.